Hello, today I'm going to talk about Splitgate. I've wanted to talk about Splitgate for a while because it's a game that I did a lot of videos on last year and the year before. I've played the game since the really early stages of their alpha in like 2018 and then beta in 2019. I went on to become a content partner with them. I joined their team to do some skin designs. I did a couple of tournaments and things, and at one point I was even interested in investing in them when they were pretty small. I just didn't have the funds to do so at the time. But now, like many other people, I have only sunk maybe 5 hours into Splitgate in 2022. Previously I was putting in like 5 hours a day, and now I'm putting in less than 1 hour a week into that game. And a lot of people have done the same. You'll have seen that the Steam charts for Splitgate drastically dropped from a peak of almost 70,000 all the way down to like 1,800 is their average daily now. Now they are technically still in beta, but they also re-released from full into beta. Like your game being in beta or full release doesn't really mean anything now in the games industry as a developer myself, newly, but I've kind of done a lot of research on this, and throughout the years I think a lot of people have become aware that a game being in beta or early access or full release doesn't really mean anything. It's just a tag that you put on your game to get away with maybe not having things fully finished. For example, Fortnite was apparently in beta for like 3 years. I don't know if they actually ever fully released it. Might even still say beta in the corner. So they just did it so they can pass a few regulations and things. When you're in beta, you can release updates quicker without the need for approval from, you know, higher ups and things at Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever. And you can get away with having like bugs and things like that. So now I want Splitgate to do well because I genuinely did enjoy the game. And like I said, I was invested in it, not only wanting to invest money-wise, but I invested as a player. I was invested, it was a form of entertainment for me, it was fun. But like a lot of people are saying in the comments, although a lot of them are trolls, you get a lot of now, like, dead game ratio, you fell off, those kind of comments on Splitgate posts, and yes, most of them are trolls, but unfortunately a lot of them are actually true. Now, as I said, I like Splitgate. I'm not trying to hate on them. I'm just speaking facts here, right? Splitgate had a $100 million investment, okay? That's a lot of money, and that is from venture capital. For the people who don't understand business talk, venture capital, basically big boys who give you big money, they want that back. They want to make profit, okay? If I ask anyone in the world, how does Splitgate make $100 million to pay back its investors? How does Splitgate make 100? No, just it can't. There's no way. They have to do something else. That money has to go into another project. 1047 has to become a publisher. Splitgate has to come out with an animated series, or they make a Splitgate 2, or it comes out on every platform known to man. Like, it comes out on Switch and Stadia even. I don't know, just everywhere they can put it, it needs to be on there. And there needs to be some insane marketing to get people to come back. And even with that, I still don't think that they're going to be able to pay back the investors. And looking at Splitgate now, I actually think that company will go bust. I think that they will file for liquidation, because I don't think they'll be able to pay back the investors. Again, I want them to be able to, but statistics show that there's no way they can do it. Like, unless they have some huge powerhouse move up their sleeve that they've yet to reveal, I just can't envision it. My brain can't imagine how they do this. You might be thinking, like, why? Why do you not think they can do it? So, the average player spends $84 per year on free-to-play games on PC, okay? Now, that's only players who buy, okay? Between 5 and 20% of players that are your, actual player base convert into clicks or buyers, okay? That's your conversion rate. In business term, we call it your click rate, but it will be, buy rate or whatever for a video game. 5 to 20% is pretty low. Even if it was the high of 20% of people were spending $84 on average on Splitgate, they would still need like 300 180,000 buyers or something, which means they have to have more buyers than Halo Infinite does times like 3. Like, it's not happening. There's no way. In fact, probably even more. Like, there's no way. It's just Splitgate would have to exist for like 25 years to make that money back with a player base of like 60,000 concurrent daily. It's just so unrealistic to pay that money back. Now, I made several comments before about Splitgate's sort of the problem, and that is really obvious for a lot of people who play it, is that the skill gap is absolutely massive, okay? And this is partially why Splitgate died in the first place as well, okay? You had players that were really good. You had the top of the top leaderboard, which were people we saw every day, such as Akuvo, Tanner, K-Jules, Endo, Matty. I don't know, you had like your top like 50 players back in the 300 CCU days a couple of years ago. And now you've got, you know, a couple hundred more people that are really good at the game. But then below that, you've got thousands of people who have yet to master the portal mechanic and likely never will. And that is Splitgate's biggest downfall. Its mechanic that makes it unique and draws people in also pushes people away. Because people don't want something new. As much as developers are like, let's create something new, unique, and, you know, get people on board and we'll be different. Publishers push for this as well. When you're a game studio, it's always like, what's your unique selling point? Why are you different? Gamers don't want something different. Call of Duty has been the exact same game for like 15 years. Halo has been the exact same game, bar 343 messing up with like Halo 4 and 5, making it a bit too different. They're now going back to where it should have been. Battlefield, essentially, again, bar the new one, has done really well because it keeps the same thing every single time it releases. They release often. They're very familiar with players. They know exactly what they're doing as soon as they hop on the game. There is no huge skill gap in there. They're easy to pick up games, they're familiar even though you might not have played one before, and they're enjoyable even if you lose. Splitgate, on the other hand, you join the game, all of a sudden you've got Timmy455 who doesn't have a clue what portals are and can't even do a full 180 degree turn correctly, and he ends up running into a wall or something. And then you've got XXMLG Master Sniper 95 who's just won $100,000 playing in the Splitgate Pro Series, who's doing 360 no scopes and going at 500 mile an hour on the map because he's increased his terminal velocity. It's like, what the hell is going on? Those players don't have a clue. And what you get with that is they become frustrated. They don't know why they're losing, and they don't know how other players are so good. Therefore, what do? They go back to a game which is easier and that they are familiar with, and those are Halo, Call of Duty, whatever else they might be playing, or they just, you know, stop playing altogether. And I don't know if 1047 has realized this. I think I've brought it up multiple times, and other moderators in their Discord or admins or whatever just seem to like completely disregard comments like this. I don't really get why, but I really think that Splitgate needs to understand that its mechanic pushes people away. Yes, if you marketed the game to hundreds of thousands of people, you might be able to get like 10,000 concurrent players who really enjoy the portal aspect of the game, but imagine if you could have both. I don't understand why Splitgate doesn't create a playlist in the game or a game type, you know, that's permanently there, that's like Splitless, or Splitless is just a funny name, where you have no portals, right? They need a game mode that's called like Basic Training Splitless, or just no portals, Portalless, whatever. That will keep Call of Duty, Halo people in there, Destiny people in there, people coming over from third-person shooters like Gears of War or whatever, they might stay in there. People that are coming over from bigger games like Fortnite and PUBG, they might stay there because of that. It just needs to be easier to pick up and more familiar to people. If you create a playlist where these people who want to leave can live, and you can funnel them all into a different playlist, like essentially a different version of the game, which doesn't have the portals, they have nothing to complain about, because all they have then is their raw gun skill and their familiarity with a video game very similar to Splitgate, Halo. I know tons of Halo content creators that were playing the game on Twitch or YouTube and then left to go and play Halo again because Splitgate had the portals. Optic Maniac was streaming Splitgate daily for a few weeks and he was really enjoying the game. Ultimately, he left because he couldn't grasp the portal mechanic. He hit a barrier and couldn't go over that. He was getting like 2,500 viewers per stream. That's a lot of influence daily on Splitgate. They were probably getting players trying the game coming from his stream. You had people like Summit, Dr. Disrespect, a couple of YouTubers with like 100, 200,000 subscribers were playing. What's his name? BK Dragoon, Late Night Gaming, a few Halo people. Like, I think maybe like Ubernick and Hidden Xperia or whatever. Like, they probably did some Splitgate videos as well. I think at one point even like XQC played it or something, Moist Critical played it. Like, you had all these people. I guarantee if it was more like Halo and didn't have the portals, they would have stayed in that area of the game. They wouldn't have cared that it had portals because they would have had a place to go in Splitgate, which is a free-to-play game, arguably is more content complete than Halo right now, because Halo is like failing miserably because there's nothing to do, whereas Splitgate is more complete. It's also free, it's on more platforms than Halo is, but it's just the barrier to entry that is really letting them down. Bringing me back to my first point, at the end of the day, Splitgate is a business. They have venture capital invested in the business and they want to make money, okay? It can't survive without an influx of cash. So how do they make that cash? Well, right now, they make it from sponsorships on tournaments and they make it from people buying cosmetics in the game. Maybe tiny bits of merch sales. But other than that, Splitgate isn't making money, okay? Unless I'm unaware of some amazing, I don't know, product they have that's flying off the shelves, they don't make money from anything else. So Splitgate needs as many players as it can possibly get, and it needs their retention rate to be high. Grabbing a player to try the game for 1 week is not enough because they won't buy anything. But if you can grab a player and you can hold them for a month, more than likely they will buy something. If you can hold them for 6 months, more than likely they're going to spend that $84 average that buyers on video games spend. So Splitgate needs to start stealing these other games' players. And the FPS genre is awful right now. There isn't a single good FPS game out there right now. Battlefield flopped, Halo's declining, Call of Duty is terrible, Apex is the only good one. Like, Apex is doing amazing. But arena shooter, there isn't a single good FPS arena shooter out there right now. And Splitgate has the money, but they just aren't making the right decisions in order to keep people. They can promote the game through YouTube sponsors ads as much as they want. I've seen ads for Splitgate. I've seen content creators do Splitgate videos. Also, I know 2 of the content creators that did Splitgate videos, and I know that they talked shit about Splitgate last year, okay? They only did it because they got paid, and then they won't touch the game again. They did it because they got the bag, okay? I don't know how much they got, between maybe $500 to like $2,000 or something, the people that I know, but they did it for money. And I can see as well, they posted those videos weeks ago, they haven't played Splitgate since. I'm not going to mention who, but I'm telling you, like, I swear, they did that, and they told me. So I guess I hope from this video that someone from 1047 sees this and like reaches out to me something for ideas. I don't know, because I haven't been able to get through to them on like Twitter and just sending them messages. I have a decent relationship with Cardinal Soldier, the CEO, because I used to talk to him, and I have my own game, and he gives me advice with that and things. No hate to them whatsoever. I hope this doesn't come across as like harsh or I don't know, whatever. You know, I hope it doesn't break a relationship between us. But I just really want to see it do well, because Splitgate was there for me as a game to play and something to do to keep me distracted during the pandemic and things like that, where I had nothing to play, and it was really entertaining. If I didn't have Splitgate, I don't know what I would be doing. I'd be playing games that I've already played. I'd be going back and playing Halo 3 for the 17th time. I'd be playing Pokemon Emerald for the 9th time on my Game Boy, or I'd be buying a console that I don't even need, like a PlayStation, or I don't know. Or I'd probably be drowning myself after trying to play Elden Ring or whatever it is, not having played Dark Souls and dying 500 times. So yeah, hopefully it's been a good video. It's a bit longer than I usually do, actually. I could probably sit here and talk for another 10 minutes, but we're going to end it here. And I'm hoping to do more videos in the future. I don't know what yet, but I want to play more games. So, see what I do. Okay, see ya.